Hello everyone and welcome to the show, and in this video we're going to be talking about a YouTube personality named Mayo. This is not his real name. His real name is Patrick Thomas and Tom Lee. That is his actual name. So he is an American entrepreneur and a prankster, and right now he's actually playing as a sheriff. But his history on YouTube is pretty interesting, so let's go ahead and talk about his history. How did he even get to become a prankster, and of course, why is he doing what he's doing right now? So he joined YouTube around the year 2013 and spent about 2 years creating pretty interesting prank videos, and I was a big fan of his. I used to watch his actual pranks, and little did I know, all those pranks were not actually real. He staged most of them, if not all of them, that is. Now, there was a few very interesting and famous pranks, including a prank where he actually used to massage women on the beach with oil. So that was one of them. And then he created one which was a little bit too extreme, where he actually kidnapped somebody and he shown it on video, and of course he got a bunch of phone calls for that. What happened was that YouTube used to go into this phase where everybody was trying to be a prankster. He even created an Uber prank where he actually pretended he was an Uber driver, and then he was doing outrageous stuff for that prank. Now, interestingly enough, what YouTube eventually did, it decided to demonetize all prank videos. Just putting the word prank would actually totally demonetize your entire video, so you won't get any money for that. So people who used to do pranks for a living actually got super hurt, and some of them are not even producing any more videos as of right now. Others had to change their total business model. So he had to do the same exact thing. He used to make a lot of money doing those pranks, and now he had to do something new. So he decided to start to do bounty hunting. And he actually said to everyone in his channel that I'm going to be doing bounty hunting because I used to do this before. This was my job. Well, we don't know that for sure. This used to be his job, or he could actually do bounty hunting, because in Massachusetts, where he actually used to reside, anybody could possibly become a bounty hunter. Then, of course, he moved to California. Now, I think the reason he moved to California is that he wanted to become and create movies almost every single day of the year. The weather is there a lot more perfect. There is no snow. It is much easier to shoot movies in California, especially in Los Angeles area. So he used to do bounty hunting, and he did it for a while. And the videos themselves actually been staged, but a lot of people don't really thought it was staged because it looked very realistic. And he had cameramen coming along. There was a lot of loops in the storyline, and if you really pay attention, you could tell that maybe something's not going right, but there was not a real method for you to figure out, is the guy a real bounty hunter or not? Because bounty hunting, there is no specific laws that go against them. So pretty much anybody can become a bounty hunter. Anyone can possess certain firearms and dress as one, and especially film one as well. And then he decided to move on to the next level, which is become a police officer. So this was something that he decided to do. Now, why would he decide to move to a police officer? Interestingly enough, it wasn't a decision he made because he wanted to do it. More like California decided to move away from giving bounties to actually criminals who are getting caught. So normally you could become a bounty hunter in California. So what he did, he decided to change, and maybe he wanted to stop filming. There was not enough action in those movies anyways. So, and he likes action. The guy is an adrenaline junkie. If you see his LinkedIn profile, that's exactly what he says in it. Now, interestingly enough, once he decided to become an actual police officer, now he has to work around the clock catching actual criminals and putting them in jail. What people don't know about is that it wasn't his fault that he decided to become, I don't want to become a bounty hunter, I want to become a police officer. People thought he was just promoted. Well, because California and made it impossible for people to kind of do this for a living, it actually made the whole story seem not really real. And therefore, he starts to shoot as a police officer. But there was a few things about being a police officer. It's not that easy to fake being an actual police officer on video. First of all, there is legal issues involved. And two, it is actually illegal for you to actually pretend to be one, except if you are filming. So if you're filming and making a movie, it is totally legal for you to be a police officer. But if somebody never was in a police academy, doesn't know enough about United States laws when it comes to cops, and of course the procedures that you have to follow, it is very easy for you to accidentally keep on doing mistakes as you're apprehending so-called criminals. Also, by not having an actual police station, and of course not having the correct tags and other things that actually prove that you are an actual police officer, including transparency that you have to do to the public, telling them where you work for, using your real name, and of course having a lot more people who constantly you work for as well. So with that said, it actually really shake up his whole story. Now, he did work with other bounty hunters to show that he's actually real. One of them is Bounty Hunter D. And with this collaboration, and the guy, since he was a real bounty hunter, it made it seem that he was an actual real bounty hunter as well. So when they actually worked together, that worked pretty good. Unfortunately, he can't really work with, well, maybe fortunately on his part, he can't actually go ahead and work with an actual police officer because he is not an actual policeman. And because of that, there was a few things that I want to actually get into. So why is the guy not a policeman? Well, if you look at some things he used to do, well, one of them was he was running a specific actual business. Well, he was going ahead and taking special prizes and hitting them in certain locations for people so they can make money about it. Of course, this whole game that he was actually playing was not actually real, and people were really upset by it. So he did award some money to those people, but people were not really sure that what he was doing was real, and they thought that he gypped out of the people that went about and paid money to play this game. So this was one of the first businesses that he started with, and this was back in the year 2014. Another thing that he did, and here's the video that I wanted to talk about, is when he went ahead and he kidnapped a few girls for his YouTube channel. This was also not really going too well, and the phone in the police department went off the hook as well. So those are a few things that he used to do that were not so cool. Now, if you look at his actual online profile, you will see more information about Petty Mayo, and he likes to turn passions into profit, and that's a fancy way of saying that he likes making a living, developing interesting concepts, and his spare time he enjoys paragliding, subdiving, actually scuba diving, I think it is going to be called. Anyway, skydive, and pretty much anything else that is fast and cranks up your adrenaline. Otherwise known the stuff he does right now. And he's also the founder of Zambia Corporates, and of course founder of CEO of Strong LL Soft. What is Strong LL Soft? It is a kind of an interesting thing, and what it is that he used to do that. He also used to sell some play sets as well. So with that said, there was interesting things that he did, and one of which, even going farther back and why he can't actually be a police officer, is that the guy got arrested for flying a paraglider right on 9/11. I mean, this is actually shows some super lack of judgment. Why would you pick 9/11 to go ahead and fly a paraglider, and the phones were actually ringing right off the hook for him to actually trying it out? But the judge let him in and dropped the charges, but he had to pay for $50 in court fees. So that's another interesting thing that he actually did here. Now, if you want to look further, you will actually see a little bit more interesting evidence about him, and such as the place that he is actually doing all the shootings. It is not in California, it is right in Oregon. So one of the YouTubers who I actually talked to found out the exact location that he is actually doing the filming, and he contacted this guy right on Facebook, the Dutchess County Sheriff's Office, because he actually has something that says BDSM, that or something like that. That is the name of his company. And of course, the only sheriff's office that is available in that specific location on the road where he was filming was this specific one. So what this guy actually did, he contacted them and he asked them about Petty Mayo. And interestingly enough, they said he is totally cool with what he is doing, but he is not an actual police officer. He is acting as if he is one, and he is filming a skit. For people who don't know what is an actual skit, just click on any of his videos and watch the actual thing. It says right here, show more. You press on show more right here, and it says right below the most important part, why the guy is not real. This video is not intended for training, education, or any other purpose. Do not attempt any of the activities you see on this show. So in other words, he even admits the whole entire thing is not real. It is just a show. A few other things about this is that he sells t-shirts, and how come right now he doesn't do any more t-shirts giveaways at first? Well, first of all, it sounded super fake. Why would a cop go ahead and do giveaways? But the actual reason for that is a little bit more sophisticated. Right now, there is something else on YouTube. It is also known as a premiere. Because the premieres are so interesting, the reason why he likes to create them is this. You can see the money sign right here. So instead of selling t-shirts, people can just go ahead, press on this, show your support, and then press on super chat. And here you can go ahead and figure out how much money you want to donate Petty Mayo. This definitely gives him a lot more money than the amount of money he was making before. And a lot of people do decide to donate him cash right here. So he can actually make even more money. So he's actually double dipping. Not only he is making money on creating the video, he's making even more money with people posting money and giving him random donation when they're watching the actual show. Now some people think this is actually real and live. This is not. This entire thing has been edited before and it's set to premiere in a certain time period. So all it is that this is just a regular video, and people take this specific video and they go ahead and edit it. After they edit it, they upload it to YouTube and set it scheduled to be released at a certain time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you super enjoyed this presentation. If you like me to do another video about somebody else, let me know in the comments below, or if you have any other comments you want to tell me about this video as well. As always, if you enjoyed the show, please sub to it, and see you in the next video.